السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. My dear brothers and sisters, we're talking about the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the light of his last sermon, the speech that he gave to more than 100,000 people in the valley of Mecca on his last one and the only Hajj he performed. And that was known and became known as his farewell speech, farewell sermon. Lesson number 4, Prophet ﷺ said, hurt no one so that no one may hurt you. Hurt no one so that no one may hurt you. It's easy said than done, I know. You may be thinking, well, it's a very simple statement. It is not a simple statement, my brothers and sisters. The message contained, the lesson contained within this statement is profound. We human beings are made of delicate material. We have a physical body, we have a brain, and we have our heart and our soul. In our physical body, our heart is very, very delicate. Smallest problem, physically or emotionally, can cause a lot of trouble. When you hurt people, you impact them at the core of their being. You hurt them in their heart. We don't want to hurt people, and we don't want to be hurt ourselves. So Prophet ﷺ in his last sermon, as one of the lessons, and I have called it lesson number 4, he is saying, do not hurt others so that they may never hurt you. What do I mean by this? Do not hurt people physically, as this constitutes physical abuse. Do not use your hands. Do not use weapons such as sticks, knives, guns. Do not hurt people physically. What is the point of punching somebody or kicking somebody? What is the point of fighting somebody physically? I just don't see the merit. I can see animals fighting like this in the wilderness. I can see hyenas, I can see vultures, I can see dogs and cats, I can see tigers and lions, and I can see cheetahs and monkeys and baboons, all types of animals fighting in the wilderness. But we as human beings are not animals like them. We have brain with which we can use our brain and process information and come to conclusions. And yet when people indulge in physical fights, I find that astonishing. Prophet ﷺ is clearly saying, don't physically hurt anyone with your hand, with your stick, or weapons. Nowadays, too many young people carry too many weapons in their pockets. Kids go to school with knives. They walk the streets with guns. You know, brothers and sisters, if you walk around with knives or guns, believe you me, that knife will one day go into your stomach or your heart. And that gun will one day fire one bullet right into your head. If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. Don't fight with people. Prophet ﷺ's simple advice. Don't fight with them. If somebody provokes you, there is no need to respond in this way. So physical fighting is what he means when he says don't hurt somebody. And when he says don't hurt somebody, he also means don't verbally abuse them or don't hurt people verbally, because a verbal attack constitutes verbal abuse. What do I mean by verbal attack or verbal abuse? I mean being rude to people with your language, by swearing at people, by backbiting, by slandering, by gossiping, by saying things about people behind them, against them. You verbally abuse people. Prophet ﷺ said, do not hurt others so that they don't hurt you. You know what? Our tongue is the softest organ in our body. Has no bones, just meat. And yet it can cause the gravest damage on this earth because we can verbally hurt people. Do not hurt people emotionally, because that constitutes emotional abuse. When you withdraw your love, affection, when you emotionally blackmail people into submission so that you can have them your way or get your way. When you hurt people like this, that's emotional abuse. And Prophet ﷺ is saying, do not emotionally abuse people. For emotionally abused people will abuse you in return. In fact, if they don't abuse you, they will abuse somebody else later. Did you know anyone who has been abused, it's more likely that they will abuse somebody else. The cycle of abuse continues. And the advice of the Prophet of Allah ﷺ is so beautiful. Stop that cycle. Break that cycle. Break that dependency. Don't hurt people. You feel not being heard. You don't need to hurt people to be heard. You feel you have no attention in your life. You don't need to hurt people so that people will pay attention to you. You feel you're being neglected. You don't need to hurt people to stop the neglect. If you hurt people, it is more likely that they will hurt you back. So the advice of the Prophet is don't hurt people. Do not hurt people even sexually. Some people go into this abusive relationship by objectifying man and woman, by thinking they're objects of desire, and by looking at them, staring at them, calling them lewd names, making remarks about their body and their shapes. All of these are tantamount to sexual abuse. And Prophet ﷺ said, do not hurt people. So don't hurt people physically, don't hurt people verbally, don't hurt people emotionally, don't hurt people sexually, don't hurt people full stop. Stop hurting people so that you will also not be hurt in return. You don't want to be hurt? Don't hurt others. May Allah make it easy for all of us. And may Allah protect us from hurting other people and being hurt by other people. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.